What are the key habits that, if mastered and repeated throughout life, will guarantee financial security? Turns out I've managed to identify 7 of them, and these are the core habits that I've identified both from my own experience in my own personal finances and in over 25 years of working with clients to secure their financial future. And because there are 7, I've been able to misappropriate the title of Dr. Stephen Covey's classic book. So today I present the 7 habits of financially effective people. Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name is Pete Matthew and I'm a chartered financial planner based here in the UK. And this video is brought to you by Meaningful Academy. More on that in a little bit. Let's get right into the 7 habits with number 1. Spend less than you earn. Now, I might as well start with the thing that everything else hangs on. And it's obvious, right? If you have more money going out each month or each year than you have coming in, then you're getting poorer. Now, worst case, that leads to a spiral of debt and even bankruptcy. It doesn't matter how big the figures are. If there is more going out than is coming in, you're going to have to dip into capital. And for most of us, our capital is finite. Now, if you're building wealth, spending less than you earn allows you to put money away for the future, investing to build up money that you can spend later in life. If you're retired, then chances are you are spending more than you're bringing in, but you still need to manage that spending so as not to run out of capital completely. Even Premiership footballers and lottery winners go bankrupt, so we've got to keep a handle on our spending to ensure our future financial strength. Habit number 2, pay yourself first. Financially effective people know that they need to feather their own nest first. There's plenty of calls on our money, but we are the most important. And that means that when we're working out how much to save or how much to pay down against debt, that process comes first. So before you work out how much you're going to spend on food, petrol, even your rent or your mortgage, decide how much you're going to put to use to improve your financial situation. Now, like I say, that can be in the form of paying down debt or putting money away for the future. Both of those make you better off. But don't fall into the trap of saving and investing what's left at the end of the month. That's paying yourself last. Money needs to be told where to go and how to be used. There'll never be anything left at the end of the month if you wait that long to save. So, save at the start of the month instead. Pay yourself first. Number 3, protect against disaster. As good at handling your money as you might be, the universe sometimes has other plans for us. You need an income to save and invest for the future, but maybe a chronic illness means that you can only work part-time or maybe never work again. You buy a house with 2 incomes and then your partner dies suddenly, leaving you with a huge debt and only 1 income with which to service it. While life can throw all kinds of things at us, they need not completely derail our finances, even if we still have to deal with the personal and emotional fallout of those events. We can take out insurance against the worst so that our financial plans can stay mostly, if not completely, on track. Life insurance, critical illness insurance, and income protection insurance. All of these can serve as a solid foundation on which to build. Now, it might seem like dead money paying for insurance, but if ever you need it, you'll be ever so glad you had it. 3 down, 4 to go. If this is useful so far, please help me out and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because there's plenty more where this came from. Cheers. Habit number 4, invest in businesses and bricks. There are only two tried and tested ways to build wealth in a capitalist economy. Well, only 2 legitimate ones anyway. Yes, you can sell drugs or try and win the lottery, but one is illegal and the other is a spectacular waste of money. So, 2 legitimate ways then. Invest in businesses and bricks. That is, shares in companies and in property. The definition of investing is exchanging your money for assets that increase in value, produce an income, or ideally, both. Shares in companies can produce an income in the form of dividends and usually increase in value, given long enough. Investments in property can produce an income in the form of rent, and generally, property prices increase over time. Now, importantly, investing is never a straight road. You need to be prepared for ups and downs along the way. Making money with investments is basically a function of time and of holding your nerve. More on that in a little bit. Businesses and bricks though, that's it. Anything else, including investing in bonds and gold, they only serve to balance out the main 2, businesses and bricks. Those are where the money is consistently made long term. Anything else is fluff. Habit number 5, diversify. Of course, if you buy shares in just one company, you might lose everything if that company fails. So you protect against that awful outcome by owning shares in lots of companies, thousands ideally. Now, the easiest way to do that is by investing in an index tracker fund. So this is an investment fund where you pool your money with that of thousands of other people, and that gives you economies of scale. The fund then buys the shares on your behalf, and this way you can own shares in many more companies than you otherwise could as a solo investor. Yes, there's a cost involved, but tracker funds are pretty cheap, so this really isn't an issue compared with the benefits you get of diversification. You can even buy multiple funds and do so from different providers to diversify even further. And these days, that's easier than ever thanks to the brilliant investing platforms that we have now. Spreading your money around reduces risk while still giving you the benefits of investing. It's the best of all worlds. Habit number 6, use pensions. This is a big one and potentially a little bit controversial. In my 25 years as a financial planner, I can count on one hand the number of people that I've worked with for whom pensions were not a large part of their success. The benefits of pensions are so evident, but they still have a bad rap in some quarters, usually because of mis-selling scandals and fraud from decades ago, but also because of ignorance. Pensions are such a good idea because of two things primarily: tax relief on contributions and tax-free growth. Tax relief simply means that instead of paying income tax to HMRC, you can redirect some of it into your pension. I mean, better in your hands than the taxman's, right? If you're a basic rate taxpayer, if you put £80 into a pension, it gets made up to £100 by HMRC. That's 20 quid of tax redirected into your pot. If you're a higher rate taxpayer, when you do your tax return, you'll get another £20 back. So it's effectively only cost you 60 quid to put £100 into your pension pot. And there is no other account where that level of overnight return is available. And if you're an employee, then your boss is paying into your pension for you too, and that's extra money going into your pot for free. And it's you that'll get tax-free growth on all that money throughout your life. Now, yes, you will pay some tax on some of it when you take it out at the other end, when you retire. But that nowhere near offsets the benefits of tax-free growth on that money. And the retirement options are so flexible now, you can really plan how to do that. I did a video comparing pensions with ISAs, and it's one of my most popular videos ever. So I'll put a link to that up here and down in the description. Seriously, don't ignore pensions. They are the quickest way to accelerate your wealth building. Okay, let me take just a few seconds out to mention Meaningful Academy to you. This is my site with courses about how to build wealth successfully and how to retire well and with peace of mind. It's the distilled learning from the 25 years that I've been advising clients, but more than that, there's over 2,000 people in the academy now looking to tread the same path as you, all learning from and with each other. The basic course, Financial Foundations, is free to all. The Build Wealth and the Retirement Planning courses are paid for, but at a one-off cost. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you buy the course and you don't think it's useful for you. You can find out everything that you need to know at meaningfulacademy.com. And if you decide to sign up for one of the paid-for courses, use the coupon code YouTube for a discount. See you on the inside? Okay. The final habit that makes such a difference to the success or otherwise of your financial planning is, number 7, you should review things regularly, but resist the urge to meddle. Review, but don't meddle. Is that 2 habits? Life changes, and that's why you should review things at least annually, and then also on an ad hoc basis if your circumstances change. For example, if a new baby comes along or there's a big job change in the offing. I've done a video on what you should review with your finances each year, and I'll link that up here and in the description. But reviewing and tweaking in light of changing circumstances is one thing, but endlessly fiddling is quite another. There's a lot of evidence that continually meddling with investments certainly leads to worse outcomes than just setting and forgetting them. Continual tweaking leads to higher costs and a greater chance of getting your timing wrong. Far better to just choose an investment approach and stick with it for the long term. Really, the only thing you should adjust is how much you're putting in, and for the most part, you should adjust it upwards. Okay, 7 habits of financially effective people. How many of them have you mastered? There's loads more on this channel about all of these habits and the practicalities of putting them to work, so subscribe for much more. And thanks for watching this one. Maybe check this one out next. It's really good. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I'll see you next time.